Hi, I'm Phoenix Adonai. I would like to talk about competition because I talk about money today, and this is kind of going with it. And I would like to for you to think about that. Consider that competition, it's everyone against one another, and there is just one that is the winner. All the others are losers. Nice. And if you consider that in accordance to a social system where everyone is in competition and one win, how could it be useful for everyone? Okay, before I was an alchemist, I was a designer. It's kind of a baby alchemist, considering, for example, that Leonardo da Vinci is kind of a alchemist because he's mixing science, which is the observation of nature, but in a term of very technical observation, and art, which is the observation, but really from the feeling point of view, the heart. Art is from the heart, or it's not. So, designer, it's like that. It's making usual stuff using technical abilities to help resolve a problem, and you want the object to be beautiful because you want people to like the object they're gonna use, but at the same time the effectiveness of the thing is the point. So that's why I say design, it's kind of a baby alchemist, because alchemy observe from the bigger to the smaller and try to, combine all aspect, being the two opposite and their relationship between those opposite. So it's three element, and that trinity is a bit the same. But then you have, for example, design that is something to make useful object to help people accomplishing a task, like a helmet to protect, a shoe to help you walk in a way that you need to, that you like to. And if you put idea one against the other and there's just one that is winning, you have such a waste of possibilities and talents. Okay, because sometimes some idea could be like not good enough, but at the same time they're not good enough is still a stage before extraordinary. But you just brush them off because they won't make money, which is like the association of competition. Yeah, because the point is always to make money. All the rest is like, all people will use the thing, all people will, live, how the thing will live before and after. That is called sustainability. It's sadly in a financial system where um, competition is the thing. It's for money. Dot. So you have stuff that are made just to make money. So you can do copying of stuff that had made money before, but you're not doing them exactly the same. They're slightly different. So people see the difference, but they don't see the difference. So they're gonna be like, oh, I want to buy it. And this is all part of competition, because what's the point of it? It's to be the most something. But being the most something left out everything that was almost. And this is just like if people play fair, like not copying, for example. So competition is such a diminishing way of seeing things. It's like, I would like to run faster. I think my right leg is like having a problem. Maybe if I cut my leg, I will run faster. Because my left leg is winning the competition and my right leg is problematic, So just gonna keep the left. Such a good idea. Will you run faster? I don't think so. So that's the thing with competition. And our societies are based on that. And we wonder why we have so much problem, and it's so difficult, and we have so much pollution, and people are in the street, and how come there's such a difference between rich and poor? Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there. I don't like that subject. If you can see, it's like, the opposite of collaboration, which is the meaning of being gregarious species that we are as human. It's collaboration, working as a group. Working as a group is not having one winning when all the others are losing. That is not. It's definitely not. So why are we doing that again? And cooperation, if everybody was allowed to develop their capacities, their talents, not having to be in survival mode. Do you know, have you ever tried to create something when you are in survival mode? It's almost impossible because you cannot concentrate. You're just freaking out. And you have to be relaxed to create anything. And it's the same, like it's from the point of view of alchemy, you have love on a spectrum, and the opposite of love is kind of fear, because when you are in fear, which is survival, you are not experiencing love. You are in fact experiencing non-love, or rejection, or trying but not there almost. And when the only thing that counts is money to be someone, like, ugh. Darn. Yeah. So, yeah, if we were, letting people have what they need. Needs are essential. Needs are essential. If we want to respect human dignity, which is a right, a need of decency, we have to respect the needs, and then secure people. And then, if they are secure, they are able to develop their talents, and then they can be of greater use to the entire society. And if someone that was a genius but never could develop their capacities, for example, because they were a woman, considering now our women are such important member of the societies that are now winning, gaining, able to win their life, have money, of their own. They have that crazy right that my aunt, one of my aunt didn't add the money to make 5 children, because the husband was, just sometimes going away, and she could not have a bank account, so she could not have money. My aunt, okay, she's dead now. Okay, so I'm not so young, so she's dead, but still, my own aunt. Anyway, you see the point. How much genius was turned down just because of that competition and money system, and no place for women. How much talent? Where would we be? What kind of life would we have if we were not competing and leaving people have what they need? Most of us cannot imagine that, because this is way too incredible to imagine. It's so creepy to realize that we are doing that to ourselves and to our family and to our children, that we cannot realize. But that's gonna end, because we are going to paradise, and we are going into high frequency, and it's gonna end. Not end. End. It's the end of that. Whew. Finally. So great. You have to appreciate the change. That's a very, 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 very good thing. Especially when you have a difficult life, you want change. So you should think about that. Please. Thank you. I wish you the best. Blessings. Ciao, ciao.